The member for Macquarie. Herbert, sorry.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, the Australian Institute of Marine Sciences and James Cook University are all based in my electorate. Why is the Prime Minister now making these vital research bodies in my electorate apply to a small private foundation made up of big business mates of yours to try to get back any of the taxpayers' money he gave away? Why is the Prime Minister privatising the protection of our most precious and fragile environmental asset?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy.
Well, Mr Speaker, the member for Herbert's gone missing, Mr Speaker, because her side of politics abandoned the reef, Mr Speaker. Abandoned the reef. If you look at the money, that they contributed to the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority in the last year that they were in office, it's around half of what we are putting in, Mr Speaker. If you look at the money that the Department of the Environment is contributing to the reef, when they were in office, it's about half of what we are contributing, Mr Speaker. When Labor was in office, they put the Barrier Reef on a path to the endangered list, Mr Speaker, UNESCO's endangered list, Mr Speaker. When Labor was in office, they had no long-term plan, Mr Speaker. When Labor was in office, they didn't provide the funding, Mr Speaker. When Labor was in office, they had 5 dredge disposal projects planned for the marine park, Mr Speaker. In contrast, we have come in and we've got the reef with a long-term plan with the Queensland government. We've put in a $2 billion commitment with Queensland. We've made a $500 million commitment through the foundation. Mr Speaker, we've been praised by UNESCO. And let me tell the House where the money's going to go. Let me tell you where the money's going to go through the foundation. $201 million is going to go to improving water quality. Mr Speaker, we've changed farming practices such as reduced pesticide, nitrogen and sediment runoff. $100 million is going to the best science to implement reef restoration. That is why Australia's chief scientist welcomed the announcement, Mr Speaker. He welcomed the announcement. $58 million is going to the fight against the coral-eating crown-of-thorns starfish, Mr Speaker. $45 million is supporting work increasing community engagement, such as Indigenous traditional knowledge for sea country management, Mr Speaker. And $40 million is going towards reef health monitoring and reporting. Now, Mr Speaker, the foundation was supported when Labor was in office. They put money in it. A member for Watson put out a press release saying that the foundation would protect the unique values of the reef. When we announced our $500 million, the member for Sydney welcomed it, Mr Speaker. The member for Sydney welcomed our announcement. But the member for Herbert has got no money to show because when Labor was last in office, they abandoned the reef. Only the Coalition can be trusted to protect regional jobs in Queensland. Only the Coalition can be trusted to provide appropriate funding for reef preservation and conservation.
Just before